What is up, guys? Today we're going to talk about the joys of being a junkie. Now, my past, it's all shoplifting, my criminal past. I'm very deeply ashamed and embarrassed, and there's nothing I can do. I wish I could just Thanos snap it all away, but I can't. From early 90s to 2010, I was a heroin addict, a smackhead, if you will. Man, it still cuts through me when I hear that word, even to this day. Even though I'm clean from drugs, I still hate that word, smackhead. That's why I don't like that bloated sheriff, because the first time I saw him, he was calling Scotty G a smackhead, publicly shaming him. And he was making videos saying, yeah, you fucking smackhead. And then bringing his son in, saying, well, what do you think? He's going, yeah, smackhead. And I'm thinking, well, you're just fucking peddling hate there, aren't you? You just... you're making him hate smackheads, people that are struggling with addiction. And yet, it's always the fatties that do it, The heroin addiction is one of the most powerful addictions you can have. If you don't take it, then it makes you violently ill. So it's really, really powerful. And yet, there's people that can't even give up hamburgers or pizzas, pointing the finger like, oh, look at him, smackhead. It's like, yeah, but you can't even stop eating cake, so who are you to point the finger? Whenever you point that finger, there's three pointing back. But anyway, yeah, I hate that word, smackhead. But yeah, I used to be a horrible thief. There's no way around it. And I talk about this stuff. There's a lot of people out there that are proud of their criminal past, and they talk about boasting online. Oh yeah, I knocked this bloke out and took 20 grand off this bloke. I said, mate, you should be ashamed, not boasting about it. But I talk about my past to show you exactly where I was, to show you what it's like being a junkie. It's horrible. So yeah, that's why I talk about it. I try and motivate people now, and I do this. This is not me saying it. This is people saying it to me. You look in the comments, people saying that I've inspired them, I've motivated them. They're going into rehab and they've got confidence now because they've been watching my videos, and they can see that I was in a terrible state. There's no one any worse than me. So if I can do it, if I can turn myself around from where I was, then they can do it, because I'm no one special. But anyway, when I was a drug addict, I used to go out shoplifting like pretty much every day. And I used to steal from office blocks, laptops, computers. I can't change it. That's just what it was. And what I used to do was, me and my mate, Dooney from Donny, we used to go out shoplifting, and there was HMV, and what had just come out was like a Scream box set. And I always remember the cover, thinking, wow, that looks amazing. And it was like £60 each, so we used to go in there with a buggy, with nothing in it, we didn't have no kids in it. And we'd walk around with this buggy and just fill it with DVDs, and then when we'd go out, just leg it. And then go and sell them. And there was an Argos on the corner, and we used to go into this Argos, and they had like DVD players had just come out, so they had like 6 DVD players in the box, and then they'd have the unit on top so you could see what was in the box. And we just used to go into Argos, take the top one off, just pick up like 6 DVDs and just walk out with them. And then we used to take them straight to the flats and sell them in the flats. And then we was doing this for about a week. And then we went in one day, we took like 5 DVDs, took them up to the flats, and the woman says, oh, I want to see you. I was like, why, what's up? She says, you're selling us house bricks. I'm like, what? She says, when I opened that box, it was full of house bricks. I was like, what are you on about? And so she pulled a knife out, opened the box, it was full of fucking house bricks. So we'd just been running all over town, taking chases from security guard for fucking boxes of house bricks. They must have known we were stealing them, so they put them in there so they could like slow us down and catch us or whatever. But yeah, and then we had to pay off all the money what she'd paid us for these house bricks, thinking they were DVDs. And I remember once when all the coppers knew me, like now, because I'm clean, they don't even notice me. But back then, they all knew me, all the desk sergeants, even the custody employees knew me. And every time I went in, it was, you all right, Ian, back again, you need to sort yourself out. And the custody people would come over and say, back again, Ian, what is it? Hot chocolate, 2 sugars, all day breakfast. They knew what I wanted and everything. And like every time I went anywhere, I used to get pulled because I was always wanted. And I remember once I was on a bike. I'd only nipped to the garage to get some fags or whatever. I passed it, I can't remember. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and a cop car went past. And as soon as they saw me, they like slowed down. So 2 o'clock in the morning, if a police car slows down, they're going to come for you. So I shot up from my bike. I was flying. I got to this hill. I thought, yes. I got some right speed up going down this hill, and they pulled up alongside me, and they said, pull over. And I said, fuck that. And they just sideswiped me with a car, knocked me clean off my bike, did about 9 somersaults, landed on my back. And I remember saying to my solicitor the next day, I said, they fucking knocked me off my bike, they could have killed me. And he says, well, you shouldn't run from the police. So that's how it was back then, It's, imagine if it happened now, like if it was like a Muslim or a Syrian, and they did that to it, it'd be fucking front page news for a week, worldwide news. But that's what it was like back then, and a typical arrest for me would be like go in. So like if I got caught shoplifting at 3 o'clock, I'd be in there, they'd keep me all night, they'd interview me just so I missed court, so then I'd have to be in there all next day, and it's horrible. And you can't sleep because you're detoxing, you're ill, it's miserable. I remember being on the sweatbox. The loneliest place in the world is on a sweatbox. And I used to sit on there and think, why can't I get out of this life? Seeing everybody going to work, going about the business, and I'm in a fucking sweatbox rattling. And I used to get so miserable and depressed, and I can't even figure it out to this day. Why didn't I just stop doing it? But that's what addiction is like. It's so powerful. And I remember once I was mooching about one day, and they just built this college. It wasn't open yet. So I thought, I'm going to have a sniff around. I was a fucking thief. And I went round, and all the rooms were empty. There was nothing there. So I thought, I'm going to have a go to the toilet, and then look for something else. And as I came out the toilet, there was like a storeroom door. I thought, oh, go on, I'll have a look. So I've gone in, and it was full. It was like a storeroom for all the stuff what I was going to put into the college. All the laptops, computers, digital projectors. But I only had like a little rucksack. I thought, well, whatever I take, that's all. I'm not going to be able to come back because it's cameraed up. So, and there were these little, I took these because they were small, but they'd just come out. There was like MP3 players, and I didn't know what they were. I only took them because I could fit loads in my pockets. And I took them to sell to someone, and he gave me like 50 quid for one. I was like, fucking hell. I was buzzing, because apparently they was really expensive. So, but anyway, I found out later on that they knew it were me, and they'd been to my mum's or somewhere, and they was looking for these little iPod MP3 things, whatever they were. So I knew I'm wanted, and I'm thinking, fucking hell. So, and that's what it's like, you can't relax. You're always looking over your shoulder. It's crap. And that night, I was laid in bed, and I knew they were going to come. It was just when. So I got rid of all the MP3s, all the money, and I just sat, and I was stressing about it, worrying about it, and then I heard it, the diesel engine. I thought, oh, fucking hell, here we go. And it pulled up, and I looked out, and it was right outside next door neighbour. I thought, fucking hell. So I've flushed all the drugs, and just sat there waiting for him. And then 2 hours later, I heard the car like roaring away. I was like, hey, what's all this about? I'm fucking sat here stressing, worrying, waiting for that knock. And that knock is horrible. It's the loudest fucking, because they never knock. They fucking boom, boom, boom. Whole fucking street can see. And it never came. And then they pulled off in the car, and they weren't after me that night. They was after next door. I couldn't believe it. I thought they've never been there before. That was the first time they'd been, and it was the night when I was fucking expecting them. So I was up all night, flushed all the drugs for nothing. Well, yeah, that's what it's like being a junkie, man. It's horrible. All those years wasted in prison, like you get locked up, 2 days in the cell, get remanded, 3 weeks on remand, get your sentence, off to prison, and then get out. And that's why people are cynical, because with Scotty G and Paddy Conroy, people are cynical because you have to do it yourself. You know, you can't. If someone just comes, if it was as easy as going gripping some crackhead off the street and chucking him in a shed, there wouldn't be any crackheads on the street. You know, it has to come from within, and I can't figure out to this day. So that's why people are cynical, and I can't figure out to this day why didn't I just leave? You know, why didn't I just go away from it? But you know, that's the power of addiction. That's how strong it is. It is so powerful. But you know, when the time is right and you do decide now is the time, then it can be done, because I've done it, and there's nobody any worse than I was. Like I say, I was massively overweight. I was on fucking Valium, Xanax, pre-gabbling, gabapentin. I was smoking crack every day. I was drinking. I was an alcoholic. I was in a terrible state. And it's like with the Valium as well. Like now I'm clean. Like if you have Valium, it like wipes your brain clean. So now I'm clean. People coming up to me who I knew when I was on Valium, talking to me. I have no idea who they are. You know, I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? But they know me because I was scoring Valium up for them or something, you know. And yeah, and when you do get clean, you've got all the trauma, all the shame, the embarrassment, you know, and it is hard, but there's, you know, it can be done, and I'm like I say, I'm doing it myself, so that's why I can say that it can be done, because I've done it, I've been there. But anyway, that's the video for today. If you like this video, press the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, Nif the Pop.